This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor next to his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on a monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and walked out into the hallway.
What is this strange game? It is Stanley Brevable. Blah 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 blah. Brevable something, I can't really pronounce it too well. Anyway, we don't have a reflection. Push buttons. Nope. Okay, we'll walk out into the hallway.
Stanley decided to go to the staff lounge to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I hope they're talking about me. Please be talking about me, please be talking about me. I know. I'm gonna sneak in and then I'm gonna catch them talking about me. Haha! No, that's not the staff room.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
He entered the door on his left. If they're talking about me, 509. It's a very dreary workplace he lives in. There's no one here.
Stanley entered the lounge. He was horrified to find not a single person here. He decided he would walk up to see his boss, hoping that he would find an answer there.
Yep, I'm gonna go walking. I can steal stuff from the fridge now. Or not. Bugger. What do we have here? That looks like a strider? Oh, we making design striders? No? Oh, little head crab thing. How crazy. Oh, there's a head crab and open up. Anyway, let's go see our boss. I demand to know what's happening. There's no one here.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yes, we will go to our boss's office. We will confront our boss about this horrible thing that's happening. There's no one here. Oh.
Entering his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. It was at this point that he began to feel dizzy and a little sick, and even thought he might pass out when suddenly he noticed a keypad next to the filing cabinet in the corner of his boss's office. Stanley had never seen this panel before and had no idea what combination of numbers would produce any result. In fact, only Stanley's boss knew this, since the panel withheld access to the boss's greatest, darkest secret, and so he had assigned the keypad a combination that only he could possibly know, the number of his freshman dorm number in college, 1957. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
I'm gonna take a wild guess here and go with... Oh!
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
I reckon.
Stanley ventured forth into the newly opened passageway.
Hooray! Let's go! Wow. This place is eerie. It's just strange. Why do you have so many steps? Just chuck an escalator there. You can afford to make something this crazy.
As he drew deeper into the bowels of the building, Stanley had no idea where he was or what this place held. And just as he began to think he might not discover a thing, he emerged into a long room to find...
To find what? What am I going to find?
Rows and rows of monitors. Screens with a number above it. Stanley noticed, however, that these were not random numbers, but the number of employees who worked in the building, his co-workers. Even his own number, 427, had a place on the wall. But why a setup so elaborate, he asked. Was this simple surveillance, or something even more? And as if in answer to his question, the wall slid open before him, revealing the ultimate truth of the situation.
It's not sliding open. Oh, hello! Wow, what the... Is this a sort of death beam?
An enormous control panel, Stanley discovered, but not one that controlled simple machinery. Buttons were labelled with emotions. Happy, sad. Levers and knobs controlled actions. Walking, eating, doing work, or watching TV.
Amazing.
Every input on this device monitored not the functions of a machine, but of a human being. And the reality began to sink in. Stanley, like so many other people, reduced to images on a monitor, had been under someone's control, always at the mercy of this machine. Could this have been the only reason employee number 427 was content with his boring job? That a machine had altered his emotions to accept it blindly? He began to feel an unbridled rage, and at the peak of his anger, something happened. A spark. Stanley looked up and saw the generator overhead, still providing some small amount of power to the machine, keeping it alive. And knowing that this generator was all that kept the controls running, Stanley moved to the ladder in the back of the room and began to climb towards the rafters.
Goddamn machine. Control my emotions, will you? I bet you're making me angry right now. I am just so angry at you! Oh. You're gonna get
higher
it.
Stanley climbed, the closer he felt to freedom, the further from enslavement.
Yeah. 'Cause I'm so angry right now because of this machine. But it makes me slightly euphoric, knowing that I'm going to destroy this machine. Engage? No. We want to disable the generator. See ya, buddy. What? Oh.
Blackness, power gone, all alone.
Oh.
And then...
Oh. And then? Freedom? No. I likes the lights. Takes it away. It burns us. Alright. Oh, freedom! Freedom!
As he stepped through the door, into the fresh outside air, a feeling of liberation rushed through Stanley's body. He had seen power. He had seen enslavement, and he had destroyed it.
Boom.
The underling was in control now. He had found his leading role. Stanley never discovered why everyone had gone missing, nor how and when he had come under the machine's control. But it didn't upset him terribly, because he knew that this was how things were meant to happen. All he felt was a delight unlike any he had ever known before. Never again would he follow someone else's orders without question. Never again would anyone tell Stanley where to go, what to do, or how to feel. No more bosses. No more instructions on a screen. Stanley decides for himself now. And he stepped out into the world, and he felt the cool breeze upon his skin. And Stanley was happy.
Yay! Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that episode of the Stanley Parable. That was a interesting game, wasn't it? Yeah, I thought you'd like it. That's why I thought I'd show it to you. Look, see the end credits now. Well, that probably took up about 5 minutes worth of video. I'll upload that and see you guys next time. When those credits have done rolling, I guess. What? We're back here again? But we finished the game! Oh no, my friends, I fooled you good. We didn't actually finish, because there are multiple endings.
Stanley decided to go to the staff lounge to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So there are multiple endings to this, depending on which way you go. If you listen to the narrator as I did in the first part, it ends like how you saw. But this time we will not listen to the narrator and go through the right door.
This was not the correct way to the employee lounge, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. So he turned left at the first open door and walked back in the right direction.
Ooh. Do I want to go through? Yes, we know that he's playing that. Go away, thank you. Ooh. I know it's not the right way, but what's down this way? I want to check.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Maybe this is why everyone had left. No one wanted to be around someone as bad at listening as him. And since he was walking into the middle of nowhere and thus ruining the entire story, Stanley decided that he would punish himself. So when he came to the elevator and the doors opened, he stepped inside and pushed the button to go up.
Well, that sounds fair enough, because I'm very bad at following directions, and I had a freaking computer screen telling me what to do, and I still mucked it up. So I'm going to go in this elevator like the narrator said, or the person said, and I'm going to push the up button.
Oh, Stanley. You know, you really aren't going anywhere, and I don't say that deceitfully. I truthfully mean that there isn't a story down here. The story was back up where I told you to go in the first place. Right now, you're just running around looking at empty halls, and frankly, that's perhaps even more infuriating for me. So why don't you throw me a bone, give me a chance, and just let me tell the story I want to tell,
Well, I guess that he's got a point, but how do I get it back up again? Do I go through here and go up? Nope, the elevator doesn't work anymore. We'll have to carry on this way, people. Oh wow.
Now listen carefully, this is important.
Yes.
Stanley walked through the red door.
The red door. What's the red door there? Whoa! Oh.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Red door. Yes. I walked through the red door. Did that work? Hey, it worked. Cool. Oh.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
There is no... Oh, there's the red door. Well, let's go through the red door. Oh, the blue door. No, let's go through the red door. I fooled him. Oh, wow. What the... I don't want to go through that door. There's nothing there. Holy... Can we open... Help! No. Oh. Okay. Can't jump. Can't crouch. Can't do anything. Can't pull out a weapon. Okay. Go 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 go! It's black and dark.
Good, good. Now, if you don't mind, there's something I'd like to show you. But to do that, I think it would be best for us to start from the beginning.
Sounds fair.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What?
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. His job pushing buttons demanded little of him, so there was not much of himself to give, and in this way Stanley's job felt less and less like his every day.
Nope.
But if buttons need pushing one day, it means they'll need pushing the next and then the next. So without question or judgment, Stanley continued to do what the screen told him. One keystroke flowed into another keystroke, flowed into his ride home, flowed into dinner, flowed into waking up, flowed into going to work, and here he was again. Stanley was typing out a complete sentence that said absolutely nothing at all. If in reality no one ever actually disappeared from the office, and Stanley never got the opportunity to make a decision, to choose which path he wanted to take, would his life still have any meaning? Perhaps when we long for something deeply enough, these hopes and fantasies become so strong in our minds that we truly believe that we're there, controlling that person and living that adventure. To manipulate your own thoughts and emotions might mean freedom from a self-imposed prison, but these delusions can be fatal to those who can't tell the difference. And so Stanley asked, if that door never opened, if I'll never be able to walk away from those people and from these buttons, is this life still worth experiencing? Am I actually happy? Stanley answered this question by pushing a button. Then he pushed a button, and then he pushed a button. Then he pushed a button.
Oh my god.
Then he pushed a button.
Is he gonna push a button? Please tell me he pushes. Oh. Boom, credits. Oh, we're back again!
Stanley decided to go to the staff lounge to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Right, so we'll do one more ending. I won't be showing them all because I don't want to ruin it for everyone. Just show you those 2 plus one more. We'll go with this ending.
This was not the correct way to the employee lounge, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. So he turned left at the first open door and walked back in the right direction.
Now we could go that way, towards a couple different endings, or we could go this way. Again.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Maybe this is why everyone had left. No one wanted to be around someone as bad at listening as him. And since he was walking into the middle of nowhere and thus ruining the entire story, Stanley decided that he would punish himself. So when he came to the elevator and the doors opened, he stepped inside and pushed the button to go up.
I don't like that idea. I'm making my own story, buddy. I'm not your buddy.
Oh, Stanley. You know, you really aren't going anywhere, and I don't say that deceitfully. I truthfully mean that there isn't a story down here. The story was back up where I told you to go in the first place. Right now, you're just running around looking at empty halls, and frankly, that's perhaps even more infuriating for me. So why don't you throw me a bone, give me a chance, and just let me tell the story I want to tell,
Yeah. We'll try your way, buddy. Not your buddy guy.
Now listen carefully. This is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Stanley walked through the blue door.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Stanley walked through the blue door. I do good? I do good.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Hell no, Kato. We're going through the blue door.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Oh,
You see? It's nothing.
my God.
No one's even built this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. It's just a bunch of skybox and dev wall textures. That's it. Is this what you were looking for?
Yes,
Was it worth ruining the story I'd written out for you?
maybe.
I put a lot of time into that, and now well, here you are now, just looking at nothing. To think that that's all I needed to make in the first place, just a whole lot of nothing, and you would have been happy. Well, hey, you still need a little something to do, am I right? Here, let me load up another map. See if there's something in here that'll keep you occupied. Ah, here's one. Let's boot this up. We'll see if you like it.
Awesome. Node craft out of date. Don't know what that means, but I'm sure someone will tell me eventually. Now, where are we? Sounds crazy. This place looks eerily familiar.
Well, Stanley,
Yep.
is this any better? I don't know why it would be. This map wasn't even made for you. At least I created a world specifically with you in mind. I wanted to make you a leading man. This one, well, I'm afraid you're on your own there.
Pick up rocks. Pick up bags. Oh. Which way do we want? Oh, a phone. Mine! Don't! Can't go out that way. Store you in there for later. Stay. Anyone recognize this yet? I'm sure you have.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Oh.
He probably only got his job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
Yeah.
That, or with drug money.
Yeah, drug
also,
money.
Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
You're just so mean, yet funny. Oh, you stop! You're making me embarrassed. Oh. What was that? Yeah. What is interesting? Security. Oh my God! What happened here?
Hold on.
Holy crap.
I spent so long talking about you. Why don't we just take a break from that and talk about something else for a change?
Whoa.
Let's see. Well, according to Wikipedia, more than 90% of the night sharks caught off northeastern Brazil contain mercury concentrations higher than that considered safe by the local government. Now, this is fascinating.
Wow.
Don't you want to know more about the night sharks?
Yes.
Oh, no, of course not. All you want to hear about is yourself, isn't it?
I want to hear my night
Well,
shots.
fine. You haven't listened to me once so far. I can't expect you to turn that around now, can I?
Night sharks. Mercury. Come on. Night sharks? Well, let's go up this ladder and see what we can find.
Is this the end of the line? I don't suppose this was a particularly fulfilling experience for you, considering not a single art aspect in this map was created with you in mind. But hey, you're a creative kid. I bet you can come up with a story about this place and why you're in it. And while you're doing that, why don't you think up an ending too? Because you certainly won't find one here. I'm afraid that's the long and short of it. This room and these walls are all you get. Maybe the story ends when you decide you can't live in this futuristic science fiction dystopia world, and you gallantly commit suicide. Or maybe you stand in this spot for all of eternity to guide and greet other travelers like yourself who pass this way. Or maybe you just get bored and you quit the game. Heck, anything's an ending if that's where you stop playing. But whatever ending you write for yourself, Stanley, you won't have my help. You turned your back on me, and now I do the same to you. So, good luck. I think you'll need it. And I sincerely hope that everyone lives happily ever after.
Well, I guess that's the end of it. We cannot go anywhere. Ooh, right. I was going to say something, but I forgot what I was going to say, so... Oh, let's see what's... Oh.
Wait.
Oh!
Hold on. What are you doing?
I don't know. I don't know what I did. I'm sorry.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you.
Okay. I'll come back. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, there we go. I'm coming back, boy. Is that where I'm supposed to go? Yes, can you help me? I fell down and I can't get up again. Well, screw you, I'm going then. You won't help me. Ha, bastard.
How will you write a story without me? You can't do it, you know that.
Oh, you didn't want to help me. I tried to give you a chance, but you didn't take it. See ya. No. The hell? Oh dear. Why am I back here? Oh. I seem to have stumbled across my own office yet again. What happens now? That wasn't there before. Whoa. Narrator, are you there? I don't know what I'm doing. Narrator. Narrator. Actually, I honestly don't know what I'm supposed to do now. I can't remember what happened after this. Oh. It went black.
It's sad, I know, but all stories must come to an end. Of course, they say it's the journey that truly matters and not the destination, and I like that idea. To think we might value the paths we walk as much as the places they lead us. Now, I don't know what sort of story you've ciphered out of that world you've made for yourself, but I hope that being the leading man was everything it's cracked up to be. I know it can be a little hard getting around without someone looking over your shoulder, but this is simply the nature of freedom. Besides, I haven't really gone anywhere. Maybe you don't want a guide, but I think I'll always have a place here at the end of every story. I'll step in and wrap things up with a nice piece of dialogue and a reflection on life that makes sense of whatever path you've chosen to walk. And for now, I'm happy to be the destination instead of the journey. But only for now.
Dun dun dun. Oh yeah. Radiohead. Epic! Oh. Well, thank you for watching. Until next time. Have you washed your hands?